Good evening and welcome to another episode of Red True Diaries. And tonight I'm going to continue on about the root chakra. Once again, this is where a lot of the symbolism related to red comes from. And I'll be reading a little bit from the book by Ambika Waters, the Book of Chakras. It's an awesome book. And she goes into two archetypes that I think are vital, related to the chakra as well as within ourselves. I know I recognize both archetypes within myself, and it's important for us to be aware of them, in my opinion. The positive archetype related to this chakra is the mother. The mother is a person, either male or female, who is nurturing, positive, and hopeful. Mothers encourage, acknowledge, and affirm our being through love, kindness, and absolute faith in the goodness of life. They make the dark moments bearable because they bring us hope of a positive outcome. The negative archetype is the victim. The victim is a person who, because of external circumstances, is unable to rally regenerative forces and go forward in life. Victims stay alive through the grace and generosity of other agencies that have little chance of renewing their connection with life, as long as they remain dependent upon others to maintain life. They may be temporarily invalided, victims of terrifying circumstances, or completely uprooted from a life they have previously enjoyed. So I'm fairly certain most of us can relate to those two archetypes when we're feeling more of a victim ourselves, or when we're feeling more like our mother and nurturing ourselves, protecting ourselves, and extending that outward towards others. And I am doing my best to help empower more people, especially women, to be that mother for ourselves, because I think that's something that isn't taught so much in our society. And even when I was reading part about this chakra, it mentions this in here. Actually the second sentence. It says, "We all face times in life that challenge our resources and try our patience. Few people are taught to be internally resourceful when things go wrong. Developing our resources comes from living a life and experiencing change. A healthy root chakra is buoyant and flexible. It is adaptable and can remain grounded through the changes." And on a personal note, in terms of saying, my diary entry in here for today, there are a lot of changes that I'm going through, and as I mentioned yesterday, sometimes it can be tough for me to find that outlet for the inspiration or the feelings that I'm feeling, regardless of them being more positive or negative, just to express them still. Oftentimes I like to do so through some type of artistic medium, but also being fed on a natural level from things, my surroundings. These are cornerstones in my life in terms of giving, expressing, and receiving, and it can be tough when I don't make that time to reflect, or just to allow whatever it is to come out that's going to come out. At times when school occupies a lot of my life, I feel what I call creatively constipated, and I'm realizing during this summer break that it's also a spiritual constipation of sorts. It's when just feeling stagnant, and being reminded of these things is not just something I'm doing for others, but it's something I'm doing for myself, very much so, and I have for myself over the years. So it's funny to be reminded by the oftentimes artistic expressions and also journal entries of how I used to handle changes internally and externally in ways that were more beneficial. Hopefully, as we mature, we learn to see what works for us, and it's really interesting being reminded of certain loves that I have that have remained over time, especially music. And today I started listening to some old mix CDs, and it was just really funny hearing some of my favorite songs, and but not knowing what's going to play next, but during that time of my life, those being such familiar tracks to me, and I just love that I'm hearing playlists that I put together and music that taps into deep feelings within me. It can take me back so easily, 15, 20, 25, 30 years ago, and approaching 40 and thinking of how, putting these things into different contexts and revisiting them and seeing how they've changed in me and through me. And so on that note, I'm actually literally going to play the note C that I mentioned yesterday is affiliated with this chakra, and then I'm going to end with affirmations for the root chakra. And we'll see, I might speak on it a little bit more tomorrow, and about the color red and the symbolism behind it. Yeah, I think I will. But this is C. I think I'm a little out of tune, but it's okay. So, I think I did step. It was in tune. That one might be out. In any case, what this book is suggesting is that when you would like to tune into that particular chakra more, that you can, if you have an instrument, go ahead and play that note, on a keyboard, or just paying attention more to it. I think this is... Oh yeah, that doesn't... Woo! No, not... Definitely went out of tune. It was in tune, but yeah, I must have hit one or a couple of knobs and put it out of tune. But just wanted to use it as an example of something that you can do, and something that for me, when I was playing earlier, it just is one of those states that can give, and it allows you to give and receive on multiple levels. All right. The affirmations for the root chakra are: I live from my integrity. I love from my heart. I am connected to life in all its glory. I know who I am and make choices based on what I know to be right for me. I affirm my right to the life I choose. I confirm my right to belong and be part of something greater than myself. I know I am truly good. I live from the depths of my soul, longing to express itself in the world. I stand for justice, truth, and love. I am supported in life through all my choices to do good and share the light of love. My body supports me in living a creative and happy life. I am open to the spirit of life, which carries me beyond my original limits to a higher, more creative space. I am thankful for all the opportunities for growth and development that have come my way. I am grateful for the challenges that have taught me who I truly am. I love life. It's very interesting to read that again for the first time in some years, because it's a bit harder at this point. I do believe all of those things, but man, I've endured some serious hardships, and one of the hardest was a deep betrayal and a broken heart due to actually a friend of 20 years. And it was like a serious divorce. I mean, we don't even talk anymore, and I never thought that would happen. And that was one of the most difficult things, and to trust and feel that and work on that still being my fundamental truth, and how I express that is more of a challenge these days. It has been within the past couple of years. It's not a question of me loving. That will never stop. I can't help it. I love love. But just the faith. I mean, it's there. I feel it. It's really what got me through. Yeah, more than, you know, just surviving. But I can tell. I know I need to play more music, spend more time in nature, more than I already do, and, you know, keep on orgasming and meditating and being present, just doing the things that allow me to be more here and remember how much what's behind my eyes when I close them, when I'm just here with everything. How amazing that alone is, and how much more important it is than anything outside of myself or ourselves. So, on that note, and I might play some more music tomorrow. What I wanted to showcase, by the way, was how just knowing a few simple chords, because what I was going to play is only 2 chords. So I think I will show that tomorrow in case, you know, some people might like to explore the musical aspects of these chakras. So thank you for watching and listening, and may you have an awesome time exploring the root chakra. Hopefully you are, or will. And if not, so be it. I love you. Good night.